Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful soul. Can you believe it? I can barely keep you up. I'm like stacking things behind you just to keep it going out here. Now, we are going to be talking about the one and only pattern interruption. Now, the reason why I didn't redo the video when things fell over, because that was a pattern interruption. You're not used to when YouTubers are talking, probably for their camera to like fall over. Whoa, psychology. I did not do that on purpose, though. It just slipping and sliding, but everything happens for a reason. Taking out these. Anyways, I don't know if you can even hear me, and the video is upside down, so things are a little weird, but that's okay. I really wanted to talk about pattern interruption because it's a powerful thing. This came up because I was asking a friend, whoa, if you could receive anything you asked for, what would you ask for? And the friends I asked, some of them were like material or anything. And a lot of people actually were like, mentally, I would like to just be happy. And I found that like really interesting, and they're kind of like at a point where their mind, they were saying, is just so used to having this negative inner dialogue that's so mean and harsh with themselves, that happiness seems like something that if they have it, they won't have the drive to do what they have to do. And I found this all to be really interesting. And it made me think about something that I learned that has significantly helped me with my life, just live the life that I want to live immediately. And that is pattern interruption. Now, pattern interrupts can look differently for anyone, in all shapes and sizes, and can be used from anything from marketing to habit formation. I don't know if those are the same things or different, and gosh, guys. But I think what I really like to use pattern interrupt for is for meditating and setting and reprogramming my own mind. Now, what does this look like? And we've all gone through the spiral of maybe negative self-doubt and talking, the dialogue just is not nice. And in those times, it kind of wants you to forget that you have the control over your own attention. And so that's when pattern interrupts become very, very fun. Now, for me, if I find myself getting distracted, I like a pattern interrupt of maybe my dog will start barking and then I'll remember that, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. Or maybe something more distracting will come along and then I'll be like, oh, actually I need to go back to focusing on what I was doing. I think pattern interrupts look a little bit different for everyone. And I'll talk a little bit very briefly. We have the positive side, which is you can use these to obviously reprogram your mind and disrupt old patterns. When we talk about breaking from the matrix and unplugging, we have to interrupt. And when I talk about creating your own life and how I was able to create my own life, it's because I made drastic interruptions in the way I was doing things. Whether it's, with my business, okay, not getting any sales online or on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, let me go door to door. And that was a pattern interrupt of, instead of staying at home behind a computer, let me go to people and see what that is. That interrupted me a lot because it just... But there are other ways that we can kind of interrupt ourselves to receive what we're looking for. And in this case with my friend, it was happiness. And so I told them, say purple pickle whenever they are starting to realize the downfall of their mental state, because this will interrupt and confuse your mind from going down the normal pathways, neural patterns that you've created. When you think about your brain and you think about the neural patterns or the pathways that you've created, your habits, you can think about a sled going down a slope of snow or feet that are dragging across sand, and the indentation it makes. When you create a pattern interrupt, you're breaking up that pathway. And because you're breaking up that pathway, you're allowing the opportunity for new pathways to be made. And I believe that a lot of the times, like, that is 80% of what we need to do to get to where we want to go. It is not waiting for somebody to disrupt and break these patterns for ourselves, but it's doing it because we have the ability to do it for ourselves. So this was a really big wake-up call for me. For a while, I was waiting for some angel investor or somebody to come in and give me what I was wanting in life. You know, I was waiting for somebody to tell me, hey man, you just got to start the habit of waking up at 5:30 and meditating, and then going swimming, and then just journaling, and then just walking your dog, and then just making a good meal. And you just got to, like, I was, for whatever reason, I thought like somebody would be like, hey, you just got to do this now. It's the time. And the more you wait for somebody else to give you permission to radically, you know, change your life in the way that you want to live, the more you're taking that power away from yourself, the God-given power that you have. You can breathe, you can interrupt your own patterns. It's not something that we think about because guess what? Our brain likes easy thinking. It likes to keep itself going in a laid out pattern where, you know, the neural pathways already are set. So it's very easy, little thinking. You can then think about other things like what the Kardashians are doing or something. Like, just joking if you're watching this. Anyways, so pattern interruption is a powerful thing for changing your life. It is a powerful tool in marketing. It's a powerful way to grab somebody's attention, and hopefully you have a message full of love, light, joy, and peace to spread to the world. If you want to break the matrix, if you want to, you know, create your own oasis or just get free of the things that you feel like are holding you down, then you have to interrupt that pattern that's happening again and again and again. And the only person right now that can do it for you is you. I am here, and maybe let this video be a catalyst to open up the reality and the possibility and the opportunity to interrupt whatever patterns are in your life that have been holding you back, or you've been waiting for somebody to give you permission to live this life that you now have the opportunity to live. That is amazing. And it is crazy how many times we have to continue to interrupt the pattern until that in itself becomes a habit. I've now gotten into the habit of interrupting myself when I feel stuck, or when I start feeling helpless, or when I start feeling down. And because I've gotten into the habit of doing this, it's almost like automatically a slope goes down, and then whoop, it allows itself to naturally go. And so I do not worry, I do not put in any extra energy when I'm feeling low. I just allow myself to slow down, because slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And that's a quote that I've been hearing a lot lately, and I think it's a wonderful one. So when it comes to pattern interruption, I really encourage you to take a moment right now to reflect on and identify where in your internal dialogue, within your own story, are you seeing a pattern